The release of Mario Draghi's report on the future of European competitiveness, it remains essential to follow up on its recommendations with further concrete action and to accelerate implementation in line with the European Commission's roadmap.
Hey everyone, let's dive into some massive XRP developments that are happening right now. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. So first up, we've got some breaking news from Coin Bureau. American Express is going full crypto with blockchain-based travel stamps. Now, here's the kicker. Digital Perspective pointed out that American Express has actually been partnering with Ripple for years. Coincidence? I'm sure it's nothing. Wink, wink. But here's what gets me really excited. When giants like American Express, Visa, and MasterCard start embracing crypto and blockchain technology, they're not just doing it for show. They're going to roll this out to millions of their customers. And you know what that means? They're going to make crypto so easy to use that your grandma could do it. This is how mass adoption happens, people. Make something simple and boom, everyone starts using it. Pakistan makes a smart move. Maybe too late? Now, Pakistan's crypto regulator just sent out invites to crypto firms. Hey, come get licensed and serve our 40 million users. Pretty smart, right? But here's the thing. They should have done this back when Biden was president and the US was cracking down on crypto left and right. Remember those days? Crypto companies were fleeing America like it was on fire. That would have been Pakistan's golden opportunity. Now, good luck getting US crypto firms to leave when Trump's trying to make America the ultimate crypto hub. Talk about missed timing. Uphold gets it right. Here's something refreshing. Uphold CEO came out and said their $5 billion worth of XRP reserves belong to their customers, not the exchange. Wouldn't it be amazing if every exchange operated like this? Look, I've never had major issues with Uphold. Sure, people complain about their fees compared to Coinbase, but here's my take. I don't care how transparent any exchange claims to be. I'm keeping my crypto in my own wallet. Thank you very much. But I've got to give credit where it's due. Uphold's transparency is pretty impressive. Europe wants tighter crypto rules. Meanwhile, France, Austria, and Italy are telling the EU we need tighter crypto oversight under MiCA because uneven enforcement is putting investors at risk. And you know what? This proves exactly what I've been saying for months. We're heading toward global crypto regulations. And here's why that's inevitable. Think about it logically. If regulations were completely different from country to country, cross-border payments would be a nightmare. It just wouldn't work. I'm calling it now. US regulations are going to look very similar to MiCA. And when that happens, USDT's days are numbered. The writing's on the wall, folks. What do you think about these developments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The Tether plot thickens. Now, I know Tether's launching their new US-friendly stablecoin with Bo Hines, and honestly, I'm really curious to see how this all plays out. But here's what's bugging me. What's actually going to happen to USDT? They've been pretty quiet about that, haven't they? And get this, they're still minting more USDT to prop up Bitcoin's price. And people used to say crypto was a scam. The irony is real. Christine Lagarde wants to fast-track the digital euro. Speaking of developments, ECB President Christine Lagarde is calling for acceleration of the digital euro. Take a listen to this.
The release of Mario Draghi's report on the future of European competitiveness, it remains essential to follow up on its recommendations with further concrete action and to accelerate implementation in line with the European Commission's roadmap. Governments should prioritize growth-enhancing structural reforms and strategic investment while ensuring sustainable public finance. It is critical to complete the Savings and Investment Union and the Banking Union to an ambitious timetable and to rapidly establish the legislative framework for the potential introduction of our digital euro.
So she wants to speed things up even more. And guess what? It's coming out of testing phase next month in October. Here's my honest take. I think the European Central Bank should have gone with a stablecoin route instead of a CBDC. But then again, that would mean a private issuer. And let's be real, Christine Lagarde doesn't want to give up that kind of power. I think this digital euro is going to struggle with adoption. But here's what I'm really watching for. Will it run on the XRP ledger? The IMF connection nobody talks about. Now here's the truth they'll never openly discuss. Christine Lagarde left Ripple in the IMF. A lot of people think Ripple's basically an arm of the IMF. Others believe the IMF actually owns Ripple. But here's what we know for sure. Christine Lagarde did leave the IMF, but before she left, insiders say she let Ripple in. And I totally believe that. Why? Because Ripple had been meeting with Christine Lagarde for years. Plus, Chris Larsen is literally on the high-level advisory group at the IMF. Coincidence? I don't think so. Picture this. Chris Larsen is probably in those meetings saying, listen, if you want something that actually works for the future, especially when it comes to SDRs, XRP would make the perfect ESDR. And there's documentation backing this up. Now, if XRP becomes an ESDR, we're talking about 4-digit XRP prices. Easily. And it would happen fast. This isn't happening by accident. The connections between Ripple, the IMF, and the ECB go back years, people. That's why I keep saying we're invested in the future, because the elites are the ones positioning Brad at all these important tables. Think about it logically. Brad's the CEO of a crypto company, right? Yet he's sitting down with the IMF, major bankers, the BIS, the whole financial elite. That doesn't happen by accident. Someone with serious power made that happen. CFTC and SEC, besties again? Check out this amazing clip.
It's a very exciting time for the United States, and it's a very exciting time around the world. What really strikes me about the themes that we've been talking about during our session that goes together with trust is partnerships. And so for me, what's most exciting is the opportunity for greater partnerships and collaboration, not only amongst regulatory authorities. So you may have noticed that the turf war is over between the CFTC and the SEC. We are now best of friends, as we have been for decades. But it's also about partnerships and collaboration where, again, America is open for business. We're back. We want to see others come and invest, hire, and build in the United States. Not only that, but we're excited for the opportunities for U.S. companies to partner with others, to explore and enter new markets, to reach these unbanked populations, to promote greater financial inclusion. And so truly through partnerships, I believe we all can achieve a shared economic prosperity. In the United States, the other reason why partnerships is so important is when you think about the diversity of our banking system. Of course, we have the largest banks in the world, but we also have over 3,000 community banks. And these community banks are very much focused on SMEs. They are the lifeblood in our different communities around the United States. You'll see them sponsoring Little League baseball teams in providing that capital for local businesses, for homeowners. And so how are these community banks going to be able to enter this new...
Did you catch that? She wants smaller banks to enter this space too. I loved when she said the SEC and CFTC are besties again. But seriously, the fact that they're finally aligned is huge for us. Why? Because it creates a level playing field. Remember, XRP and Ripple didn't have a level playing field for years. Now that's changing. And with a truly level playing field, we're going to watch XRP decouple from Bitcoin. Plus, this collaboration is going to supercharge innovation in the United States. This is exactly what we've been waiting for. What are your thoughts on these massive developments? Are you as bullish as I am? Let me know in the comments. The ridiculous FUD headlines strike again. And while we're onboarding more crypto firms left and right, guess what headline I saw today? Ripple whale sells 160 million XRP. Is a bullish breakout still possible? Are you kidding me? It's like they want you to doubt your investment. These articles are absolutely ridiculous. So a whale sells some XRP and suddenly that's going to kill the breakout? That's going to stop alt season from happening? Come on, people. We're smarter than this as crypto investors. We know alt season is still coming. We know XRP is going to have an epic run over the next few months. This kind of headline is just noise. Bitcoin maxis versus reality check. Speaking of noise, listen to what these Bitcoin maximalists say about XRP holders.
To, increase the amount of transactions that are going through Lightning, that, ultimately it can be a replacement for that, as well as things like Swift, like being able to send money, through the banking system that's not like card-based, but just kind of sending person A to person B, and doing that faster and cheaper than that as well.
Gosh, I wish we could get that out to all the XRP fans.
Yeah.
So Jack Dorsey was on a podcast in the last 6 months, and he said that if Bitcoin isn't adopted as a medium of exchange fast enough, he's concerned it will fade into irrelevancy.
You know what? Jack Dorsey is 100% correct in that clip. But here's what kills me. They were hyping up the Lightning Network at the beginning. They don't realize that the Lightning Network, well, it sucks. XRP is way faster than Lightning Network. And guess what they already admitted? Most transactions on Lightning Network fail. They're still trying to fix massive problems with it. These Bitcoin maxis always try to make you believe Bitcoin's going to replace the US dollar. It's just not going to happen. And Lightning Network replacing SWIFT? Please! SWIFT is probably still better than Lightning Network at this point. It's absolutely ridiculous. They want you to believe Bitcoin is the future any way they can spin it. But here's the truth. Bitcoin was a beta test coin from day one. PayPal gets it right. Mostly. Now here's something interesting. PayPal is making it much easier to send Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto tokens. They're launching PayPal Links, a peer-to-peer payment tool for messaging apps that'll support Bitcoin, Ethereum, their PYUSD stablecoin, and other tokens. It's rolling out in the US first, then expanding to the UK, Italy, and other markets this month. What's cool about this? You can send crypto as easily as sending an email or text message. I love this concept because, say it with me, if you make something easy, people will use it. People will start sending crypto to each other like it's nothing. Now there's no mention of XRP yet, but I'm sure that'll come with time. There is no XRP replacement. But here's what drives me crazy. As XRP investors, people always want you to believe there's going to be some XRP killer around the corner. There is no replacement for XRP. Think about this. Ripple has been laying the rails for over a decade. The entire rail system is almost complete. Once it's finished, it's go time. That's when we'll see the flip of the switch moment, when XRP goes live on all these rails simultaneously. Remember when Lightning Network was supposed to be the XRP killer? Yeah, that failed spectacularly. It's not going to replace the XRP ledger. The ultimate plot twist. Here's the kicker. Bitcoin's future is actually as a tokenized asset running over the XRP ledger. And if not tokenized, you can still send Bitcoin incredibly fast and cheap using XRP ledger. Chris Larsen proved this way back in 2014. We're now in 2025, and these people are still too proud to use the XRP ledger for Bitcoin transfers. They'd rather stick with Lightning Network, where transactions fail regularly. I believe Lightning will eventually become obsolete, and here's why. It's tied to the World Economic Forum. But guess what the WEF actually promotes? Not Bitcoin. They promote XRP, XLM, HBAR, because the elites pulling the strings see these as the future of the new financial system. Lightning and Bitcoin? They won't be part of it. What do you think about this? Are you seeing the bigger picture here? Drop your thoughts below.